Kia ora tātou tā whānau. Welcome back to Patai Mai. It's Lance Sullivan here, and this is I think the second day of us running the YouTube channel Patai Mai, encouraging you and inviting you to send in any questions you might have for related to the Covid-19 and the lockdown. So I had a question here. My first one for today is from Ethel. Ethel's asked a question, and her question is it okay for us to go out in the open cycle with my partner around the block? We've been doing this every morning, but we feel like we're getting the guilt treatment from others, I think what she means, for doing this. Thank you for taking the time to answer my question. So look, the answer is yes. It is absolutely fine for you to go out and exercise with those that you're in self-isolation with. It's important, actually. I've just come back from a run, and it's really important for your mental health as well as your physical health. So definitely go out there and do that, and you know, it's going to be good for you to get out and to do things with your whānau. Okay, just follow those rules, which is, you know, when you come past someone, try to give them 2 meters. It's hard. I was going for a run on the track, so it's hard to find 2 meters sometimes, but try to make sure that you're trying to stay as far away from people that aren't in your self-isolation unit. Okay, so Ethel, thanks for that question, and you guys enjoy your bike riding together. My second question here is from Sam, and Sam has said to me, hey look, my wife went and picked up our daughter from the airport who'd just flown in from Australia, and my wife then took our daughter to go into self-isolation at a separate address, and he is wondering, is my partner okay to come back into our house with our children and myself? So really good question, because the intention is that people, when they're coming from overseas, they self-isolate for, well, I think it's 14 days still. And now in this situation, I would sort of suspect that that person should have gone directly into self-isolation without coming into contact with anyone as much as possible. Now, look, you know, Uber drivers are picking up people from the airport and taking them to self-isolation. So people are in contact. There's no way someone could get from the airport to a place without some contact. I would say the sensible thing here is if they hadn't come into really close contact, so if the partner, the mother, the wife hadn't sort of embraced and done all that sort of thing, I couldn't see a reason why, if they were keeping a good social distance, like two meters at least, that she couldn't safely go back into her whānau home after she'd dropped off her daughter into this self-isolation space. So Sam, I hope that's been useful, because it's a really good question, and there'll be lots of people asking similar questions or thinking of similar issues like that. I just came back from a community today where I was told a group of 20 Māori had returned from an overseas trip, or in a marae altogether, and they have been self-isolating in that marae for 14 days. And a question was put to us, you know, what would you do? Because there's a suspicion that someone's sick in that group. And look, I actually was a bit puzzled why a whole lot of people were put into a marae to self-isolate, when the best thing to do would have been to go back to their own homes, because a marae is not their home as a rule. Everything, you know, all their personal items and everything aren't there. They actually, you know, if they're going to self-isolate, it would have been best just with their core whānau. So I'm really surprised that happened. I probably would have thought that wasn't the best idea, but it is what it is. So I guess the question is now, what should they do? Well, first of all, I would actually say they should all go back to their homes, straight to their homes, and self-isolate. If there is a person that is sick, then that person, and this is this would be not unreasonable, they should go to get tested at a community-based assessment centre, because the criteria for getting a swab to test for COVID-19 is recent travel overseas and being unwell, fever and a sore throat. So anyone in that group that had those symptoms should go and get checked. But I would suggest, for the safety of everyone in that group, they should all go back to their own homes and not have contact with anyone else. Okay, so it has to be self-isolate with those in that group. So hopefully that's useful, and the people that ask that, we're going to direct them to the YouTube channel here. So that's probably enough questions for today, our answers, or at least as I see it. I really hope that you enjoy this and share this with other people. Make some comments in the comment box below, but really importantly, subscribe to this channel. Okay, I want to know who's thinking this is a good idea. So, koe wareware whānau, Patai Mai.